This week on the Vision Care Specialist Family Eye Care Inside Look, head coach Mike Letizia. Coach, who was your NHL role model?
Growing up in Chicago, I liked guys like Chris Chelios, Jeremy Roenick, but actually my favorite player growing up, shockingly being a Chicago guy, was Steve Yzerman of the Detroit Red Wings captain. I just loved the way he led by example and how hard he played through everything, and obviously he was a great player. So actually my favorite player growing up was Steve Yzerman.
Chicago fans aren't going to like that.
No, but then actually when I moved to Michigan, I stopped liking the Red Wings and realized how much I liked the Blackhawks, so it was kind of weird.
Oh, there you go. All right, what hobby do you wish you had more free time for?
These days I don't have a ton of free time. I just, spend more time with my kids. Obviously, I think would be the big one. I do miss a lot of their life, especially having a soon-to-be 5-year-old and a 7-month-old. You miss a little bit in their life, so just making sure I can try to be there for everything they do.
What was your number when you played, and why did you choose it?
Growing up, I was always number 4 as a D-man. That was just kind of number I liked. And then I went to juniors in Plymouth, and I couldn't be number 4 because one of the guys was in the NHL at the time that could come back and be number 4. So I took 22 because 2 and 2 was 4. And then when I went to Rockford, I wanted to get number 4 back, but someone else had it. So I ended up taking 54 in Rockford, and actually this year my dad was born, was 1954, so keeping the 4 in there, I ended up going with number 54.
Who has the best nickname on the team?
Most of our nicknames are usually derived from the guys' last names, but when I'm cutting video, I'm hearing a lot of times those guys are referring to Chris Trouba as the freight train, and we have a good time kind of giving Chris some hard times about being called the freight train.
Freight train coming through. What's your favorite way to pass time on the bus during road trips?
I try to catch up on work on the bus trips with emails or anything I need to do to get out to colleges and recruits, things like that, but mainly just listen to some music and do some work.
You got to catch up on those Z's too. Take a few naps here and there.
Yeah. Don't do that too much.
What is the most romantic thing you've done for your wife?
Oh, geez. I'm not the perfect picture of romance, but I try to do a lot of little things where I can for her, as much as possible. My wife's a saint. She puts up with a lot with me, with this job, obviously, and the demand it has and the schedule it has, and with a lot of ups and downs, and she's always there for me, and she's at every home game and she comes to road games. So I just try to do as many little things I can for her, just to try to show her how much I appreciate what she does.
What is your favorite love song?
The one I like a lot now, and we both like, is I think it's by Brett Young, called "In Case You Didn't Know," or the Thomas Rhett song. Can't think of the name of it off the top.
All of his music.
Yeah,
all of it. It's all good.
Yeah, I can sing the words.
Oh yeah. Great tunes. What got you started in hockey?
Well, my dad had season tickets for the Blackhawks. He was a huge hockey fan, but actually never really played, but was a huge hockey fan. My brother started playing, and then when I was 2, I wanted to start, and to learn how to skate. I just went on the ice. My dad walked back and forth on the bench and held my hand while I learned how to skate, and then I kind of learned how, and then I was playing when I was 3, and started playing with my brother, and kind of fell into it ever since.
What was your favorite rink to play in while growing up?
Growing up, we had a lot of fun tournaments, going to some good rinks in Canada and stuff like that. I would say my favorite rinks when I played in juniors, probably either the Labatt Centre in London, where the London Knights play, or the Kitchener Memorial Auditorium where the Kitchener Rangers played. A lot of fun playing those 2 places.
A lot of history in those places. What's the earliest you ever had to wake up for practice, game, or to feed a baby?
Feeding a baby is any time of night, I guess. I'm pretty lucky. Like, both my kids sleep pretty well. If they wake up in the middle of the night, it's kind of random, and they unfortunately go back to bed pretty quickly. But I get up, feed the baby when I need to, and probably had some earliest practice. One time in juniors, our coach was mad at us. We had practice at 4 o'clock in the morning. It was on Super Bowl Sunday, but it happens.
What is your favorite memory as a player?
Geez. Last game I ever played was in Rockford with the Ice Hogs professionally, and we actually won the championship in Game 7, which was pretty awesome. So I would say that, the last game to have that would be pretty cool.
Dogs or cats?
Definitely dogs.
Yeah, good answer. Biggest difference between Chicago and Johnstown?
Yeah, there's a lot of difference. It's a much bigger city, obviously, in Chicago. But I think, there's a lot of differences. Obviously, the landscape is quite different in Chicago. It's a lot bigger, but at the same time, good, hardworking people in both cities, and blue-collar cities, which is what I like.
Super windy, Chicago. Chicago, windy city.
Obviously, quite a bit more mountainous here in Johnstown than it is in Chicago.
Favorite music?
Country.
Favorite current player that wears number 48?
Current player. I'd say Team Skip, Cade Groton.
Yep, there it is. There it is. All right. Well, that is it for this week's Vision Care Specialist Inside Look.
So, 2012, I was approached by a former patrolman for the city of Johnstown, suggested playing a charity hockey game with local firefighters versus local police officers to benefit a specific charity. So we put some ideas together, and we were able to talk with some of the One World people back then, and it just kind of all came together.
Basically, I was approached by Mike Cunyu at the time, who's a attorney general. He worked for the Pennsylvania Attorney General now. At the time, he was a Johnstown City policeman, and asked me to just kind of help him out. At the time, he ran everything on the administrative end. He basically asked me to get some guys to play hockey and get some guys set up so we could have a team. And since the very first year, 100% of the proceeds that we raise go to the Special Olympics. Since our third year, everything's gone to Cambria County and Somerset County Special Olympics. We sell tickets for the game. The tickets good for our game and then the Tomahawks game, of course. And there's a couple fundraisers on there. I think a coupon for Firehouse subs and a coupon for the West Hills Theater, or the Westwood Theater. And then we do like a sponsorship package, like a gold, silver, bronze. Donate a certain amount of money, and you get tickets, advertisements at both games, and then your business in the Tomahawks program for this game also. I'll let Kevin go with that. Go ahead.
I know. Well, we're 0-5, so we'll take it. This 6 times a charm.
It's closer than it looks, though. It's closer than it looks.
It is. We've had that's a great thing over the years. We've had 1 or 2 lopsided games, but as this has gone on, things have gotten closer. I believe it was last year or the year before. I think they scored a game-winning goal under 20 seconds or something like that, if I remember correctly. We've had shootouts.
Twice, yeah. We've had shootouts twice, yeah. So it's a possibility, yes.
Yeah. So they've been very close, competitive games. Like you said, the first year or two maybe wasn't so much, but that's what makes it a great time. Everybody tries really hard. Everybody has a lot of fun. So
yeah, we all get along. We're all friends outside of work and with hockey. So.